Breaking news, breaking news. We have Eagles breaking news just as I was getting ready to upload this video. Eagles say you never can have enough offensive linemen. Eagles signed offensive guard Max Scharping ahead of mandatory minicamp. Now, Scharping is a 6-year player out of Northern Illinois University. Was originally a second-round pick out of the Houston Texans in 2019. He spent his first 3 seasons with Houston before being acquired off waivers by the Bengals. Scharping played in 14 regular season games for the Bengals and started each of the team's 3 postseason games in 2022 and 2023 at right guard. He'll join Tyler Steen, Hennessy, and Trevor Keegan, all in competition for snaps at right guard. 6'6", 327 pounds. All I can say is this. If Stoutland wants more linemen, give Stoutland more linemen. I trust what he does at the offensive line with the offensive line. The more bodies, the better. Let everybody compete and let the best guys win. So to me, if Stoutland needs another offensive lineman, go get him. Now, let's start this video. Hey, yo, I gotta tell ya, I'm liking these coaches. I like them. And I can tell you, there is no way in hell a collapse would ever happen with these guys. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, the Eagles coaches are meeting with the media, and I gotta tell you, I'm loving all of them. I'm loving them. No way in hell would the collapse have happened last year if these guys were our coaches. And I can guarantee you this, it will not happen again. We've got coaches that know what the hell they're doing. And I hope you're having a wonderful day because I'm having a wonderful day. I think all Eagle fans are having a wonderful day, but I know somebody who's not having a wonderful day. One Mark Holmes. Why? Because Justin Jefferson just signed a contract that is going to cost the Dallas Cowboys even more money now. What a bunch of morons. They're the dumbest team ever. I love it. Breaking. Vikings. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson reaches an agreement on a 4-year contract extension worth $140 million, including $110 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Go ahead, Dallas. Get ready to pony up because you're going to be paying everybody top dollar. You're going to be paying CeeDee Lamb top dollar. You're going to be paying that choker Dak Prescott top dollar. You're going to be paying Micah Parsons top dollar. You're probably not going to pay him. He's probably going to leave Dallas. But wow, you got to absolutely love this. I mean, Howard Roseman looks like an absolute genius. How can anybody say he doesn't? He looks like an absolute genius to me. You got Devontae Smith signed, and then you reworked A.J. Brown's contract. They're both done, and all these receivers are still signing. And oh, by the way, you still got guys like Brandon Ayuk going to sign, and it's not over yet. This is absolutely hysterical. You have to love this if you're an Eagle fan. The stupidity of the Dallas Cowboys is astounding. And I really don't think it's stupidity. I really think this team wants to be blown up. I think the owner wants to blow that team up. Nobody seems to believe me. But I'm telling you, it's definitely what I think. Now, as for our Eagles, we got a lot going on. And I'm sorry I didn't have a video out the last few days. We were supposed to do the shakedown on Saturday night. Joey couldn't do it. I said, yeah, sure, we'll do it on Sunday. So my plan was to do it on Sunday. And then what happened was Sunday was my birthday. And my family did a whole bunch of stuff they didn't tell me they were going to do for like dinner and stuff. It became kind of a big deal. And I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, thanks for doing all this, but I got to go do a show now. So I just felt bad, so I had to cancel it. I didn't know they were planning on doing that. It was kind of a surprise. It was a good time. It was fun. So we just took the weekend off for the birthday. But we got a big week this week because the Eagles got mandatory minicamp. And this is it. You got mandatory minicamp, and then it's nothing. It's nothing until training camp, unless High Rose makes a move here or there. But usually it's pretty quiet. And the big question we've got to ask is about James Bradberry. Will James Bradberry be on the Eagles come training camp? That's the question. Now, he could get moved during training camp or something like that, but will he be there? That's the question. Elliot Shore-Parks wrote this. Big week for James Bradberry, now that it's post-June 1st. Trading Bradberry prior to June 1st would have cost the Eagles around $10 million in salary cap space. I just almost said calorie cap space. Yeah, calorie cap space, you fat pig. You see where my head is. Now, they can cut and trade him with almost no impact to the 2024 salary cap. They do lose around $3 million in cap space, no big deal. For 2025, though, we'll make that up. With mandatory minicamp, this feels like a decision could come before practice on Tuesday. That's what I want to see. Will, one, the Eagles do something before the first practice of mandatory minicamp? Secondly, if they don't do anything, will James Bradberry show up? If he shows up, and I expect that he would, I don't think he's getting traded or moved. At least not until maybe training camp or something like that. You get an injury on another team, they want to trade for him. But it doesn't look feasible. There was a Bleacher report saying that the Colts would be a good trade suitor for him. Bleacher Report lists the Colts as a trade suitor for James Bradberry. Quote, adding the soon-to-be 31-year-old would give the Colts another starting option at corner, a good mentor for the young position group at the least. We'll see. I don't know. I really think it sounds like to me the Eagles are going to keep him. I mean, it's what it sounds like, what it feels like, but I don't know. I think first practice tomorrow will tell us a lot, and I'm not sure which day is going to have a media open practice, but we'll be covering it, and it'll be really interesting to see. Now, I don't know if a lot of you guys, well, you guys probably do know, but there's been a lot of interviews today with a lot of the position coaches for the Eagles. New Eagles defensive back coach, passing game coordinator Christian Parker says James Bradberry is very motivated and he said he has a great mentality when it comes to learning a new defense. So it just sounds like they're going to keep Bradberry. I mean, we don't know. Well, yeah, obviously, we'll have to see. We have seen this rodeo before with the Eagles, where they prepare for one thing and then something happens, how he makes a move at the last second. But I think if Bradberry practices tomorrow and he's there for the whole mandatory minicamp, I don't expect him to be gone at least into preseason. Maybe the whole year he'll be there, which really makes an interesting conversation for what are you going to do with Isaiah Rodgers? What are you going to do with Avonte Maddox? What are you going to do with the young rookies? And it becomes a really interesting training camp, no doubt about it. Now, I can tell you, listening to these coaches, right, I love them. I love them all. I think they all sound great. Now, it's a lot to say what they sound like in June and then what they do during the year. But the one thing I can tell you right off the bat from listening to all these coaches talk, they have experience. They know what to do in certain situations. They know how they want to do things. They know what what they expect from the players. The players know what they expect from them. And I think it's a big deal. I don't think you had that last year. Once we started to collapse last year, all these position coaches were so young, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator included. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to stop the bleeding. You can tell with these guys, they know how to stop the bleeding. They know what to do in these situations. I like them all, man. Christian Parker, the defensive back coach, he's great. I got to tell you, CLINT HURTT, I love CLINT HURTT. Okay, I love what he said about Jordan Davis. He said Jordan Davis is taking huge strides. Well, this is what he said. Eagles defensive line coach CLINT HURTT says Jordan Davis has taken huge strides to be in the best shape of his career. And that's what he said. They said, what's the key to Jordan Davis? He said he's got to be in shape. He's got to be in the best shape he can. And that's the whole thing with Jordan Davis. We have talked about this endlessly. Jordan Davis, he can put up all the numbers at the combine, and he's got all the athletic ability in the world. And then people want to say, "Oh, he's not a three down lineman. He can't play 3 downs." Well, what makes you think he can't play 3 downs in terms of what he has physically? I don't get it, because he shows from an athletic standpoint and a physical standpoint he can do it all. The thing with Jordan Davis is he's got to be conditioned enough to be able to handle 3 downs, to handle the snaps. And that's what it's all going to be. And you look at a guy like CLINT, he's a big boy. Jordan Davis ain't going to get away with none. He will double moonwalk Jordan Davis' ass all over the place. All over the place. And I love it. I love it. So I expect good things from him. The other guy I really liked today, was impressed with, was Bobby King. I mean, Bobby King sounds like a linebacker. I mean, you know, he sounds like a linebacker. And he's, you know, it looks like he's very high on Devin White and what's going on with Devin White early on. So I'm very happy about that. Here's what he said about Devin White that I thought was interesting.
You know, he's an explosive player. I've from afar over the 5 years of his career, I've, you know, been a fan of his. You know, he's been a productive player, and so far so good with Devin.
So I don't know about you guys, but my expectations for Devin White is huge. They're way up there. They're sky high. I expect him to be really, really good this year. They also asked him about Zach Baun. He said this, asked what he liked about Zach Baun playing inside linebacker. Pound Eagles linebacker Bobby King said, it's a passing camp. Everybody's in pajamas. We just want to see what guys can do in coverage, and so far so good. So there's a big element to the linebackers and what we've seen in OTAs, what we're going to see in mandatory minicamp, and what we're going to see at camp, preseason, and then the season goes. He also talked very well of Jeremiah Trotter Jr., says he doesn't make a mistake twice. And I think, once again, you're in a situation where you have a guy who's an actual, got the mentality of a linebacker, has experience. He was with Houston. He was with Tennessee. He's been around. He has developed a lot of linebackers. And I feel very confident with these guys. And you still got some offensive coaches still have not yet spoke. We will definitely be talking about them later. But what these guys are saying and what I'm getting from these coaches is you're getting coaches that have experience, that know what to do, and that are not going to allow what happened last year. Because what happened last year was criminal. It was a historical collapse. And I don't ever want to see it again. And I feel really strongly in saying you will not have that problem with these guys. Never again. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision, baby. We're all just living in it. Dallas still stinks. Oh, dude, what the fuck? The Cooper! The flying
Oh my
Frenchman!
God! Oh my God!
C'est bon! I'm dizzy. We did it. We transformed the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. We now have a secondary that is going to be good for years to come. Because one, we got Quinyon Mitchell, but we also got the flying Frenchman, Cooper DeJean. That's right, the flying Frenchman, Cooper DeJean. C'est bon. Oh, here's another interception. That's right, Cooper DeJean is about to dominate the NFL. Can't wait to see him out on the field. And if you're like me and you thought this was a great move by the Eagles and you support this pick, then you definitely want to check out this shirt. The Cooper DeJean Flying Frenchman shirt. Look at this thing. You can see him in midair, flying through the air, transforming to an eagle. That's right, Cooper DeJean is here. Link is in the description. Get your shirt now while you can, because Cooper DeJean is about to take the Eagles to another level. Denzel Washington.